Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Sammer, along with my co-hosts Stank and Poppy Latte, and you're watching the Loose Cannons, presented by Red Cat Plumbing and Air, a Tampa-based company who takes pride in their reputation, timely service, professional results, and exceeding your expectations. They truly define #TampaProud. As always, it is Fan Friday, and that means your voicemails and your crazy takes and questions, along with your wing preferences. We're joined this time, though, by a cool guest by the name of Gene, or Buck What You Heard.
Cool.
Welcome to the show again. Oh, super awesome. Cool, dope. My best friend ever, Gene.
He's been around since before you fucking knew what a podcast was.
Let me start this again. Welcome to the Loose Cannons podcast. Gino Grigio, a.k.a. Buck What You Heard. Gene, how you doing, bro?
Oh man, feeling good. Glad to be back again.
Yeah, man. You made it onto our podcast 2 times in like a 5-day window, man. That's I don't think anyone's done that yet of all the people we've had on as guests.
I'm blessed, man. Just to be with the guys, man. I'm feeling good.
How's your voice? Because it's kind of like a Thursday night game, and then you turn around, you got to play a Sunday night game. Like there wasn't much time to recover. It's just bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. You're back on.
Hey, next man up, and you guys call my number. I'm here. Let's go.
I like it, man. I like it. He's clutch, man. When we go to him, I know he's on the bench right now, but when we go to him, he goes in and he fucking delivers. He does his job. Next man up mentality, just like you said.
You know what Gene is, Sammer? You know what Gene is? He's not really a bench player. Next man up. He's like a nickel corner. That position is basically a starter nowadays. Mm-hmm. You're Rondé, bro. I knew I liked you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're becoming family. What can I say?
The Rondé barber.
There's no way you fit into any of those jerseys that are on your wall.
At all. Those are children.
That size 13 is
like he bought that.
Not fit anybody you know.
You know what he did, Snake? He bought that because it was cheaper for his son and said, "Look, I got it for you." Psych!
No. The number 20 is the old school ones. Those are XLs. They're actually too big. And then the new ones this year, they're weirdly short, man. They're odd. They're very short. Like that's an XL on my wall, dude. No joke. That is an extra large men's jersey hanging up on my wall. There's a reason it's on my wall and not on my body, though. The white one is way shorter than all the other ones.
I could not get my head through that. My torso would not go. My shoulders would just
not happening.
Yeah, I know, man. I definitely couldn't wear it as pants.
Dude, I think you should live on this podcast.
Or one of those face masks. If you had to go out to a store or something like that and you didn't have a mask, you just use it as a mask.
Oh, it's illegal. It's illegal for me. I can't wear a mask.
I think Sammer should attempt to put it on live on the show.
You should put it on right now.
You've been on the restriction calorie diet. You've lost some weight. You should try it. You got Bex. Just fucking rub some Bex on.
Just squeeze it on with some Bex.
You could put on anything if you covered your body with Bex. That's a great commercial. That should be our commercial next off season. We should just have the 3 of us completely covered in Bex baby oil, trying on small children's clothing. Just see how it goes.
Extra medium, whatever, size 4 toddler, whatever you can get into.
Extra medium. That's like saying somebody is extra normal. It's like a weird. It's not an oxymoron, but it's like I'm extra average. What?
But it does sound good though.
I gotta tell you, Adam. Shout out to your son, Manny, bro. You raise good kids, bro.
Who are you talking to?
Shout out to Manny. That's it. Just shout out to your son.
You said Adam, and I don't really know anybody here named Adam.
Steak. That's your government name. My bad. Government name.
Dang, you went with the government. Huh?
He did. He governmented me.
You raised
my
good
son.
Children's, bro. Children's are just polite.
My Spanish child. He's really a cool kid.
He's old enough to not be restricted from our podcast with the no Spanish children allowed rule. But
is this permanent? Is it a permanent ruling, or is this something that can be lifted at some point?
The no Spanish children? No.
Completely permanent.
It's always been. There's no way I'm bending on that.
So there's not going to be at some point you're like have this thought in your head, man. Let's lift this band for a minute.
Listen, Gene. We did a fucking 5-hour live draft show, bro, and my children were not allowed in the room.
Not allowed in.
Not allowed
Actually,
in.
It was 7 hours, but who's counting?
Gene, my dog has been on the show several times.
And my kids.
Latte's kids? No way, bro.
Nope.
Not allowed. That shows you where how Sammer like his pecking order.
Yep.
You know what we do, Adam?
He drew a
The
line
next
in the
live call-in
sand.
show we do?
This is it.
Bro, you call me Adam one more time.
Thank.
Damn, Stank. What's this all about?
I don't know. Today I'm giving off Adam
There's
vibes.
some, like underlying tension in here that I don't know about.
There's no tension.
I'm glad you're on here because this is a big show. We have a huge announcement. Stay tuned till the end for the huge announcement.
Huge announcement.
Now we need to listen.
Tremendously
Brent
huge.
Allen.
Perfect.
Yeah,
we
we
need to
need to say, awesome dude, great podcast. Hate to see him go, and he's just opening up the door for the Ren and Stanky show. I guess somebody's posted something on Twitter. Earlier. My agent called me and was like, "What's going on, Stank?" I mean, Adam.
You know what the Ren and Stanky show needs? A sprinkle of latte.
Really?
How long would that last? And see, we have to go back to the last show. I have to address this. I didn't address it the last time. I have to address this. The taste of latte was, you gave us a taste of latte and then you took it away.
Well, first you got it wrong. Now I'm gonna pull Sammer and be like a detail freak. It's cup of latte.
Cup of latte.
So it's not a taste.
But lately, it's been a taste because
that's pretty much what it was, a taste of latte. We didn't get the whole cup.
That's right. He only got a sip.
Gene's not wrong. He's calling you out, man. He's calling you out. But listen, I will back Christian on this. Listen, we won this past week without cup of latte, so we must keep the vibes going in that direction.
So no more latte until such time as we need it.
And I haven't recorded a Buccaneers podcast in 2 months,
So hopefully we go 3-0 and I don't have to do a couple latte for the rest of the season. Not that I don't want to do it, but we will be doing maybe "'Twas the Night Before" latte.
We'll have a special Christmas edition of latte. You're gonna sprinkle a little peppermint on that cup of latte. I like that.
But I would be remiss myself. Shout out to Brent. Been doing it for a fucking long time. He's done a great job. It was cool to see that show grow. And be nice to see right off in the sunset, bro. Good for you. I know that the stress of being a parent and work and in this fucking era, I had a little bit of a meltdown myself. We all got to take a collective breath, but good for fucking you, bro. Because sometimes people feel like they're obligated and they can't walk away. Go be with your family, bro, and do your thing. You definitely put a dent in the podcast Buccaneer world.
Yeah, we all know what it's like to work with a dictator on our shows and shit. Like every time you want to do something and you just got this guy like in the center of the fucking screen. We all understand that, Brent. I understand that Rand had some kind of no white children on the podcast rule, and it was hard for you to deal with it. You got to do what you got. You got to put your foot down, which you clearly did. And I didn't realize that you're 6'5" or 6'4". Yeah. Even though I met you in person, I didn't realize that you're that much of a giant. So respect.
You don't realize that he's huge. He was so tall next to me when I first met him. It was like 5 training camps ago. I was like, who's this guy who knows my name? And he's like, I'm Brent. I'm like, oh shit, this is the dude from the podcast I listened to.
I knew he's big. I just didn't realize he was that big.
No, he's tall.
And I want to shout out the original BA, if I can call him.
The original BA, yeah.
Yeah, he is the original BA.
Yes.
When I hear people talk about the coach BA, I always think about the original BA who was Brent, and everything he's done for the podcast community. It means a lot because he's inclusive, and it's not like he wants to work with everybody and not exclude people, and that's what we need right now. I mean, there's so many niches that you can get into. Like what you guys are doing is amazing, and you guys are at the top of my rotation, and I always check you out. I don't miss your shows, and that's why I say I'm so encouraged to be here. But what Brent has done, he's really brought that home. Being able to go to these games. I know we talked about the camps that they were able to go to as what we call fringe media, or what the organization calls fringe media, and I hope that changes to where we get more people out there like that. But I think they open the door for people like yourselves to, do what you guys do, or we all do what we do.
Yeah.
Also,
definitely. Ooh, okay. You can go twice. It's all good.
See what we mean, guys? I'm gonna get yelled at later for that. I'm definitely gonna get yelled at.
You're gonna get more than you.
Crying inside right now because I'm so fearful of what he's gonna say to me. But as much, he gave me that the wait till you get home look. as much as Sammer is a framing, like I can't think of the word. What's the word?
I'll allow you to say Nazi. I'll allow you to say
I was going to say Nazi, but I was like, is that too rough?
No, I'll allow you to say it.
A framing Nazi. Brent was that if you knew him with audio. He definitely brought audio along with it. Everybody's stepping their game up visually now. Not that I'm trying to pat ourselves on the back, but we kind of started that, pushed that wave, not started that wave, but Brent was definitely that in the audio department. Like he was diligent about it. And if you weren't if the audio wasn't on point, fuck out of here. Some podcasts you follow, you know what I mean? Sound like you're in a fucking closet in your car. It's kind of stupid.
Sounds like they're recording it
got the point and stepped their game
on like some cups and string in the back of a Hyundai. Yeah, I think I know what podcast you're talking about. Minnesota
Cherry Red Ford Escape or something like that.
It's like JoeVikingsFan.com, something like that. I can't remember. Shout out to Brent for real though. Much respect to what he's done. Like you guys all said, you covered all the bases. He's a pro, man. I used to watch his show before I had a show, and I learned stuff from him, and he and I have
yourself.
No. Now,
watch a show before you had a show, and now I just watch my own show.
Correct.
Yeah, we already know that.
Yeah, that's kind of a given, right? So I learned from and I actually picked his brain, and he and I have had many conversations about audio quality before we even became a YouTube show. So yeah, I'm glad that he made the decision to put his kids first. They only grow up that one time, so yeah. Why not? 2020 is a weird year. This is the year that people are kind of reflecting back and like, hey, hanging out with my family is more important than all this other weird shit. And you never know what's taken for granted until it's gone. So, big shout out to that. Much respect. And hopefully the Bucs allow him to ride off in the sunset, John Elway style, with a championship. Now, Gene, real quick, before we get into the Falcons matchup, you mentioned that you never miss an episode of the Loose Cannons. But now that you're on the Loose Cannons, do you miss those episodes too, or do you watch the ones that you're on?
I probably won't watch the ones that I'm on. I don't watch them when I do a stream. I don't watch it.
Wrong answer.
I don't watch it.
That's not the humble answer of a humble podcast, such as ours, of course, right? You need to watch you need to watch the show again and focus on yourself. That's really the key to watching a show you're a part of. It's focusing on yourself and just admiring how good you look on camera. Nothing wrong with that.
I can't argue with that. I've just rethought life just now.
Thank you. Populate does it now. He listens to our episodes until we shoot another episode.
Only our episodes on repeat.
He's going a little too far with it. I called him Stank. Because I was listening back to the Vita Vea episode. Because
that's a special episode.
I'm not trying to brag, but that was like monumental. I mean, Rojo and then Vita. So I was listening back to them, and I was literally laughing out loud, bro. Like, you can laugh or kind of chuckle. I was belly laughing out loud. We went down the baby oil thing with him, and we all caught a pause. Like, so can you give us a winning speech or whatever it was, an acceptance speech? And he's like, man, all I got to say is this is pretty lit. We're all like, what? I was like laughing out loud.
I was squirming in my chair when Sam was asking.
That was the highlight. That was the highlight of any show we have done all season so far.
Big Girl Story was pretty good.
No, that shit was so good. When he leaned into the camera, he goes, that's pretty lit. I just fucking it was great. So no one's tuned in this episode to hear us ramble and talk about all this shit no one really cares about aside from the Brent thing. The Buccaneers face the Atlanta Falcons. They win this game, and the Chicago Bears and Minnesota Vikings somehow fucking tie. The Buccaneers are in the playoffs. Officially, they clinch a playoff spot. Don't really care about the tie scenario, but this is a big game for the Bucs. They're basically locked in if they win this game. I'm not afraid of the Falcons, guys. I don't see what we should be afraid of. Again, it's Dirk Cutter out there calling plays. The guy's a freaking moron when it comes to dumb shit like this. I mean, I'm extremely confident. Gene, I'm curious to hear what you think because you're kind of like Stank. You have a little bit of Buccaneer fan PTSD. You're not as optimistic all the time. So I'm curious to hear the more level-headed thought maybe from you.
This is a winnable game. I'm looking forward to this game because I hate Matt Ryan. For starters, you guys hate the Saints. I fucking hate the Falcons on that level. And Tom Brady, what Tom Brady did to that organization, that makes me proud to have him here as a Tampa Bay Buck. But enough about my throwing shade on them guys. Looking at their lineup, the majority of the people are healthy. When I look at Ricardo Allen, Quadri Olson, Marlon Davidson, even Julio Jones, anybody that's questionable on this injury report will probably be playing. And that's going to make, that's what we're going to see from them. Dirk Cutter has not changed. He's not varied from what he did in Tampa. He has that square peg and a round hole mentality, and he's not going to make any adjustments. And I really believe that if Tampa executes like we know they can, I think Tampa is going to be just fine against this team. Looking at their secondary and their pass rush, I think that this offensive line will be able to take care of business. Those are the things. As long as they execute, I would love to see them use their tight end a whole lot more. They would really do a lot more damage using the tight end, involving the tight end with this offense, and really keeping the Atlanta Falcons defense on their heels.
I mean, listen, they played the Chargers tough. They played the Saints tough the week before. They beat the fucking Raiders 43-6. They can score points, and they're our division rival. And the last time I was in the stadium, when the Falcons were here, it was Jameis Winston's last pass. It wasn't really good. So I don't have great memories versus the Falcons. And anytime the Bucs season is kind of, on the line, and we play a team that just has so many, skeletons, I guess you could say, calling Raheem and Dirk old Buck skeletons, and Rich McKay is still a part of the organization. It scares me a little bit. We should beat them, though.
PTSD, man.
It's not PTSD. It's reality, bro. It's a reality. It's a division rivalry game. They're gonna come ready to play. They're gonna come wanting to spoil our season. And the reality is, we are Bucs fans, and we have seen this Netflix series before. You got Dirk right across the field. You got Raheem across the field. We know how this typically ends. Now, like Gene said, if we execute the way we're supposed to execute, if we don't come out like in the fucking mud on offense, if our fucking linebackers come back to fucking earth from last week, we should fucking thoroughly beat the shit out of this team. I'm not worried about Julio Jones. Gene, you mentioned Julio. I think Carlton Davis, he matches up better with bigger receivers like that. I think the shifty guys are the ones that he has trouble with. The smaller ones, quick shift stuff. Is Jamel Dean back for this week, or is he still?
Yes, he's practicing.
He's Calvin there. Ridley scares me, taking the top off. I would imagine Jamel Dean's probably going to be on him. Carlton's going to be on Julio and do the thing. And Matt Ryan's been turning the ball over, so we just got to execute.
I get this is a division game. They're going to come out to play. They're going to want to spoil our season in that first quarter. The Bucs simply have to punch an inferior team in the mouth before the first quarter ends. I don't even care if they start out slow on offense. I am not afraid of this team for two reasons. Their offensive line is porous. They're Swiss cheese out there. And their secondary is young and not good. I don't even care if we don't have Rojo. It's a game you don't need Rojo, to be honest. It's a game that you probably just want to pass more anyway. They're going to still try and establish a run. They're going to do what they've always done, the Bucs, because that's just what they do. But I'm not afraid of this team because of those two reasons. Matt Ryan's turning the ball over because Matt Ryan doesn't have time to throw the ball. And guess what? Dirk Cutter's still calling 5 to 7 step drops while his guys cannot hold up for 5 to 7 step drops. And this team doesn't have a Dalvin Cook. They have a running back stable that leaves much to be desired. And against this Bucs team who stops a run and just got gashed, and I say gashed, with kind of an asterisk because it wasn't gashed, but they got beat pretty well against the run with the Vikings. They're going to come out there with a little bit of pride, a little bit of chip on their shoulder. They're not going to let the Falcons run the ball. And guess what that means? That's a fucking disaster for recipe facing the Buccaneers for the Falcons.
Disaster.
Oh, recipe for disaster. My bad. The Falcons they won't be able to hold up against our pass rush, especially the front four come to play like they did last week. It's just I know you guys. I know what you guys are saying, but man, last year, the year before that, I'd agree. But man, this year, the skeletons haven't really come back to hurt the Bucs. I'm not afraid of it. It's 2020. Matt Gay being the exception, but that guy's a class act, a future Hall of Famer. I mean, you got to tip your hat. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to the better team and player at that moment, right?
I'm not going to get the devil his due.
This secondary is really bad.
Thank you.
You're right on that, Sammer. Gene.
I was just going to say, and the running game. And, you know, we've always seen how the running game has been effective against the Bucs. But I don't see it. I mean, Todd Gurley, 181 attempts at 645 yards, 9 TDs. You know, Ronald Jones has one less, and he's at 900 yards right now. We won't see him. You'll get to see Leonard Fournette, and I'm a little bit excited about that. And I'll tell you why. Because when you were seeing Leonard Fournette in Jacksonville, they were feeding him the ball. He was your bell cow running back. He was the guy that got all the touches. And now you have Ronald Jones, who's out because of COVID. This is going to give the Ronald Jones an opportunity to redeem himself from the healthy scratch that we saw against the Vikings. I think he'll be just fine. I think he's going to come out because he has something to prove as well. So that's added bonus in my opinion.
Leaning towards agreeing with you as much as I don't like Leonard Fournette for
I'm with you.
But and what I've seen with the Bucs uniform, but I was having this conversation during the week with him being a healthy scratch. And after Rojo popped positive, in Jacksonville, Leonard was the guy in college. Leonard was the guy in high school. Leonard was the guy everywhere he's been. Mm-hmm. And there's something to be said for being the guy and then all of a sudden just coming in on third downs or every other drive. Some guys, it's real. They have to get a feel for the game. They have to get warmed up to the game. So he's going to get, he's going to get carries this week. There's no way around that. There's no Rojo to split carries with. So that, and you add it in with, he's probably fucking pissed. He was healthy scratch. I'm excited to see an angry Leonard Fournette running.
Mm-hmm. I'm one of those guys who's seen enough of Leonard Fournette. I'd prefer to see more Sneak Vaughn, give this guy a shot to, potentially get 10 plus carries and see what he can do with the ball. I mean, we're nearing the end of the season. Hopefully we have a playoff run here. I was told that this is Tom Brady's season right here. That's what I was told. So I just want to see a dominant performance by this offense. Everything you've said lends to that for us, right? That we should dominate this Atlanta Falcons team. And I think if we do that, then it'll allow the defense to kind of pin their ears back a little bit and really put it on Matt Ryan, because that's what you need to do. If you allow Matt Ryan to sit back there comfortably, he's going to pick you apart. I mean, forget Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, the young ginger tight end. That guy's a beast too. So they've got weapons. They've got weapons to score with us. And if we take them lightly at all, and we look at this like, their playoff shots or their shot is gone. Raheem's coaching for his job. He's coaching for his career. He's coaching for, a head coaching opportunity again. So we're going to get their best shot. And like I said, they played the Saints better than we played the Saints. So on paper, forget about it. It's a division game, just like when you play your high school rival or in college, look what happened to the Gators this week. LSU was down. Florida had a dominant squad, but still, these teams know each other. There's no fear involved, and Atlanta doesn't. I bet you Atlanta isn't scared of us, and we're going to get their best shot.
Yeah, but Raheem is not the guy out on the field. He's going to be coaching his ass off. He's trying to get to be a top 5 candidate for future jobs in this offseason, because I don't think the Falcons are going to keep him. If they're smart, they would, but they're not going to. But all that doesn't matter. He's not going to be able to overcome the deficiencies of the offensive lines, like their lack of skill. Sorry. They beat the crap out of the Raiders, but guess what? The Raiders defense has a bunch of guys that are just dudes, right? They're just not nobody's special. Nobody screams off the screen. I don't care how many first-round picks they had or whatever the fuck it was the last few years. None of those guys stepped up in that Falcons game, and none of them were effective, and none of them are effective for the most part. They match up properly against some Kansas City Chiefs, in those games, but aside from those 2 games, the Raiders are right? And then you tell me they match up well against us. They played the Saints better than us. They played the Saints 2 times, and neither time have the Saints put a quarterback on the field during that. I mean, so what are you comparing it to? Like, they're not a good team, and the Bucs this year have not taken their their competition lightly. They haven't played down to their opponent like so many fans keep trying to fucking remind me every damn week. They haven't done that this season. Tom Brady maybe is part of that. I don't know what it is. They haven't done it this season. They are not going to – and the fact that Dirk Cutter's calling offensive plays against Todd Bowles just helps. It just helps. He's going to call these routes that are just going to play into our strength. And if we just do our job and don't do anything stupid, we will win this game.
Okay.
And guys, what you got to look at, what you have to look at really, we can go back to 2014 and look at that game, the Falcons against the Bucs, 56-14. Yep. You look at the lineup they had on that team versus what Tampa had and where Tampa has come from that point to where they are now. It boggles my mind that people are getting upset with the way the Bucs have played, because they have all the things on paper as was mentioned, but there's the human factor as well in that. And I'm sorry, I think the Bucs are just fine. I don't see the need for all the stress that we're seeing out there. They're 8-5 and they control their own destiny. And I believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to do it. I have a real problem with people that are like, oh, well, they didn't do this. They didn't do this. Yeah, they didn't, but they ended up with that win. And how many times have we seen the Bucs lose games with the reverse of some of these calls? You had that kicker, Bailey. Bailey missed all those kicks. How many times have we watched the Bucs go out there and miss kicks and lose games because of missing kicks? And now we're on the other end of that, and we don't win a game as nice as what you would see on Madden or something. Come on, they won. That's the whole point of it. It's about wins and losses, and I think people need to keep that in perspective. It'll be good to watch this team as they progress. I'm good with what they're doing. I'm along for the ride.
I 1000% agree with you, and I'm gonna get there because I have to address some Bucs Twitter shit.
Yes.
Woo!
Let it out, Latte. Let it out.
But Sammer said Raheem doesn't make a difference.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said he's not going to.
Raheem doesn't go on the field. He's not going to make a difference.
No, I said he's not going to overcome the deficiencies of a lack of skill.
Before that, that's what you said.
No, it's not.
So, listen, since he took over, they should have won 4 or 5 in a row, I think it was, right, Gene? They had the girly fucking dumb shit. They had a like fluky, like really Buccaneer type shit, bro.
Exactly.
Like all the shit that happens in Tampa.
Okay.
He has that team playing much better and way more motivated and energized. I mean, coaching makes a difference, bro. There's a reason we wanted BA here and fucking Dirk out.
I didn't say it didn't make a difference. And by the way, let me remind you, like everybody who's a Bucs fan knows, those games that you lose like that, you know who loses those games? Bad teams.
Fact.
Very true. Can't argue that.
As far as Bucs Twitter, oh my God.
I'm going to sit back because I know you got a lot.
I'm not going to get on a soapbox.
I've already set it up for you. Get on that soapbox.
I'm going to make it quick. Because this isn't a soapbox podcast. You know who you are. Listen, people need a drink of reality, Gene. No pun intended, with the pinky up. They need a sip of reality. This team has been epically bad. We haven't made the playoffs in 13 fucking years. We threw a parade for a 9-7 fucking season. Yes. I was there. We took over a fucking training camp for 9-7.
Yeah, man. Greatest.
We literally get Brady here. And this toxic fucking segment of this fan base that is literally, it's a fucking agenda. He is gone. Jameis is gone. So you're either a fan of this team or move the fuck on with him. Seriously. Because I'm tired of fucking seeing it, man. Every pass Brady throws, every fucking pass that's right, anything that happens negative to this team, it's because Jameis isn't here. And that's the overall fucking message. Get over it. The reality is Brady's here now. Jameis is gone. We did not have a fucking offseason. This shit takes time. And I said it several times on Twitter. If quarterbacks struggle in BA's system in the first year, and this dude with no fucking offseason, no preseason, is going to throw 40 touchdowns, close to, maybe over. Who the fuck knows with these secondaries facing twice in Detroit? 4,000, almost 5,000 yards, 4,600 yards. I'll take that if that's his bad year. People need to wake the fuck up. I will take 8-5.
What is it? What is that? 11 picks? 30 touchdowns,
picks.
30 touchdowns, 11 picks. He's 3 away from tying the record that was set last year, minus the other interceptions that went along with that luggage. So I'm good with that. I'm right there with you.
Been healthy? How often has Godwin been healthy? How often has fucking wide receiver 1, Scotty Miller, been healthy? How often have all 3 of them been healthy at the same fucking time? We lost OJ Howard.
And he's had his up and downs. And guess what? With that bad season, he's about to erase possibly the record that the previous quarterback set probably before the season's even over. Like before we even hit the playoffs. The Falcons team, bad secondary. We talked about it, right? Detroit team, that team is a fucking mess right now. That team's a fucking mess. Their quarterback might be shut down before we even face them. They're not going to have anything to fucking play for. If we step on the Falcons' throats early, they don't have anything left to play for either. By week 17, they're going to be here to make sure their checks get cashed. That's it. Like Tom Brady could beat out this James. I'm a huge Jameis fan. I was. But I mean, Tom's about to do better than him in a year where he struggled, and it's his first struggle year with BA, right? We've all heard it, talked about it. Just like Christian said. Shit. That's impressive.
Listen, I don't misunderstand what I'm saying, because I saw that too. I saw that message or that rhetoric too. I'm not saying that I'm okay or that I want a first round exit in the playoffs or that I don't want a fucking Super Bowl. I'm not cheering for that. It's this fucking underlying demand. If I want a Super Bowl? Fuck yes, I want a Super Bowl. Do I want to advance past the first round? Fucking right I do. I want a Super Bowl. But it doesn't make it. I'm not going to sit here and demand. Like, what? The only people that should be demanding is New England. They've been to fucking 9. Kansas City, they can demand. They have a fucking super team. They won it last year. But demand? Where the fuck did we fall off and hit our heads and wake up as Bucs fans and demand a Super Bowl? What the fuck?
I'd like one Super Bowl, please.
Yep.
I'm done.
I would love a Super Bowl.
I would love it. I said that.
I know that. I understand what you're getting at.
Let me get
the expectations are higher than they were ever before.
Let me get
I think
I would have to say the national media has a lot to do with where the expectations are as well.
Yeah, and this fan base too.
Yeah,
I think this fan base expects more. I think we all expect at very least a playoff run. And when we compare ourselves to the teams who have been there, and we've played several of them in a row now, right? With the Saints, the fucking Chiefs, the Rams, and it didn't go well for us. So I think there's a cause for concern. Are we going to get into the playoffs? It looks like we have a really good chance of doing that. And I think there's a big group of this fan base that just wants to start seeing them play up to their potential. And that might not happen this season. I get that.
Yeah, but man,
but it's still frustrating to watch at times.
You can have an expectation that you're going to be a good team, that you want to be a top 5, you want to perform like an elite team week in, week out. The Seahawks have struggled recently, right? We've seen the Titans struggle. The Pittsburgh Steelers all of a sudden went from looking like they're undefeated to fucking now they've got tons of mess like in their backfield, in their secondary, on their defense, all that shit. Dude, it doesn't fucking matter. Get to the fucking dance. Anything can happen. I've said it many times. A New York Giants team that squeaked into the playoffs as a wild card, beat an undefeated Patriots team in the Super Bowl. And then they came back and did it, I think, 2 or 3 years later. And we saw the Green Bay Packers get into a playoff spot just because of a offensive pass interference against Kellen Winslow against the Detroit Lions with Raheem Morris as the head coach of the Bucs. If we win that game, guess what? The Green Bay Packers don't get into the wild card seed. And they don't win the Super Bowl. That team wasn't going to win the Super Bowl. And they fucking won the Super Bowl. Get this team to the fucking playoffs and then let the chips fall where they may. It's all about matchups at that point. We've seen teams like, oh yeah, Falcons beat the shit out of the Raiders and the Bucs beat the shit out of the Raiders. That doesn't mean anything, really. Some teams match up with different guys better. And guess what? I hope we get into the playoffs and I hope we fucking see those Saints with the Drew Brees because I want to fucking knock them off their fucking stupid ass.
No, my point is that the Falcons aren't going to be a pushover. That's why I brought those games up.
They're a bad team at the end of the day. That's all I'm saying. I understand. We're fans. We could be overconfident. I doubt that anybody in that locker room is being overconfident. That's all that matters.
All right, voicemails or score predictions?
Well, I think I cut Gene off. I thought Gene was gonna.
No. You're good. You're good. This is. I'm right here with you guys. Again, these guys. And again, I'm just saying this from my perspective. I see these guys and they show what Colin Cowherd said, or the 4-letter network, or the 3-letter network. These guys set all these expectations. People are watching this, and this is where they're getting their ideas. I stopped watching that when I see the way they treat small market teams. I don't watch that stuff, so I don't know what they're saying unless it comes across my Twitter line or something like that. For me, I see what this team can do. I see what they're capable of doing. And like Sammer said, you're spot on. It's about wins and losses right now. I don't care how they win, as long as they win. That's what it comes down to. Let's get them into the playoffs and see what they can do.
Exactly. And we mentioned Rojo. You mentioned Rojo might not play, may play. I don't, or he may completely be. Okay. So first off, Rojo, if you've been exposed or you are actually sick, we hope you feel better, man. Obviously, that goes out to the entire special teams unit. I'm not sure. Again, that designation only means that they've either been exposed or that they themselves have the virus, and so it's kind of precautionary. So hoping that that's not the case, and maybe the special teamers can play. I don't know. I didn't look at it earlier today. I'm not sure if we're going to have our kicker in place or not. In another game, I might be kind of concerned, but we just didn't talk about it on here. So I'm curious what you guys think about going into this game without our kicker, without our long snapper, without our punter.
No. They're playing.
Oh, they're playing? They're good now. Okay.
They're playing. It was a false positive. The other two were designated through contact tracing. They had to take them out as well. But it was a false positive, and they're playing Sunday. It was on
Rojo. Is Rojo definitely out?
Rojo so far is definitely out. Yeah, he's not going to be within the 10-day window thing, or the three negatives in time, unless he gets a false positive, tomorrow. But he's probably not going to play.
Yeah, I don't think we see. I know Stank kind of touched on it a little bit. Sneak Vaughn. I don't see them giving him more playing time just because Rojo's not there. I think it's all about blitz pickup, playbook, just being able to trust him out there. I'd rather see Shady and LaShawn not LaShawn, Leonard. I'm not a big Shady McCoy fan, but man, he
came through.
Kind of changed my mind slightly last week. He plays like that. If he plays like that, man, I'm definitely a fan of his. He plays
looks like he got his legs under him, just like it looks like Gronk finally got his legs under him, and watch out when AB gets his legs under him. I think it's a whole different story. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was encouraged by last week's game. The offense looks like they're kind of starting to figure it out, and they kind of took a little bit of what they figured out against the Chiefs in the second half. We saw it last week. Hopefully, it keeps building momentum against a bad defense is a good way to kind of figure some of that shit out too. So, I'm looking forward to this game, man. I think we're gonna kill them, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you look at Todd Gurley, who's healthy, I mean, he's a shell of the. Last night I had a Atlanta sportscaster on, and he actually said, what do you call him? The corpse of Todd Gurley passed or something like that. And this dude, I guess he's had degenerative knee injury problems since Georgia, and it's just continuously gotten worse. And he's not the guy we saw his rookie year in Los Angeles. And again, I don't see him as a threat. I mean, I would probably look at maybe his backup, but I think this is a great opportunity. When you stop the run, you make the Atlanta Falcons one-dimensional, and it's just going to be up to them to execute on defense and shut that down. Again, I don't know how healthy Julio Jones is. He's been in and out of games throughout the season, so we don't 100% know what he's feeling right now. I know Ridley had some kind of foot injury or something like that early on, so I know he's playing, but we don't know how healthy he is. So
they ought to just put Julio on the shelf. Why risk?
Yeah, I was shutting down
the guy.
We need to, and Stank mentioned it earlier. Watch out for that ginger, badass tight end. Mm-hmm. We've struggled this year covering the tight end. Devin White looks lost at times.
Yeah,
be careful with the tight end because Dirk Cutter loves to throw to the tight ends as well. It's a double-edged sword there.
We
He
get
got an athletic one, and he likes to draw it up for them.
We let our guys get to Matt Ryan. It won't matter. I agree with you, though. Devin White against the tight end right now is easy money for almost any offense against us, as long as we don't get to them, of course. We have Fan Friday. It's Fan Friday, so we have voicemails, right?
Mm-hmm. We have score predictions first, then voicemails. Let's go.
Oh,
quick.
My bad.
You take it, Sammer. Start us off. I know you're going to go like fucking 52 to something.
Listen, all honesty, no jokes, all right? All jokes aside, I'm going to be straight with you guys. This team is going to beat the Atlanta Falcons twice, and we were going to beat this team on both occasions by at least 24 points. This Sunday, we win 38-9. 38-9.
No touchdowns. Wow.
No, miss extra point.
Steak?
28-3 Bucs.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes!
No comeback. No comeback.
Yes!
Can you imagine, bro? Oh, my God. That'd be beautiful. That would be so beautiful.
That'd be so great.
Young Ho kicks just one at the end so I can take the 0 off the board.
Oh, Dirk
My favorite Atlanta Falcon.
You think they don't kick it? Like, Raheem got to know. Don't kick it. Don't let it be that score, bro.
They'll take 28-0 before they get 28-3.
I hope we attempt a surprise onside kick just so we can watch all the Falcons huddle up around the ball and not touch it.
Gene?
Idiots.
24-6.
Bucs, wow. Right?
24 sounded worried earlier.
Oh no, there's no worry here. No, I think Young Ho comes through with 2 goals, and it's just this is what it is.
You guys have no respect for this fucking offense.
None.
Wow.
Because of our defense.
I mean, I haven't even been close at all on any of my score predictions. So
I'm gonna go.
If you ever decided to bet based on what my score predictions are,
yeah, don't do it.
You hate money.
I nailed it against the Packers, though.
I'm gonna go Bucs win. I don't think they're gonna hold them to 6 or 3 or whatever the fuck. I hope, but I'm gonna go Bucs win 28-14.
28-14. What? Throw a 56 on there. Come on, give me a 50 burger from one of you guys. Fuck.
28-14.
Fine. Fine.
Oh, voicemails, shall we?
Let's do it.
Because no one's ever lost a division game by more than 10, apparently. Get the fuck out of here.
Not us.
We're killing them.
Never. That didn't happen to us this
2020.
year.
Voicemails, shall we?
Yes.
Shall we, huh?
I just can't give up now. Come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me the road would be easy.
Soulful.
And I don't believe from this far, leave me. Hey, Brother Rojo, I want to tell you, get well soon, man. Godspeed. Pastor?
Yes, Lord, you heard that. Get well soon, Brother Rojo. Hey, how you doing, family? Sister Paige, how you doing? Wonderful seeing you guys again. It's Atlanta. It's cold. I mean, it's cold in a polar bear's toenail, like the young folks say. It's cold up here. By the way, my score prediction, we should beat them 28-7. They have us a weak secondary. Now, the Atlanta fans think this is a redemption week because they're 28-3. We'll see how that works. But anyway, Sister Paige, the pastor always has a question. Tell PA that pastor said, don't let no boys go to Magic City. If you don't know what Magic City is, it's one of the biggest strip clubs in the ATL. It's a trap. Don't do it. Right. By the way, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood in Atlanta. I'm telling you, it's cold, y'all. And the Dome will be rocking on Sunday. Everybody's coming out, baby. I'm telling you, everybody. And I got a few church announcements. If anybody coming to Atlanta, the Atlanta Buccaneers agent is having a watch party at the Mellow Mushroom on Peachtree Street. Now, you don't know, we got plenty of Peachtree Streets in Atlanta. So just look up Peachtree, Google Mellow Mushroom. And also, I ain't got too much time to go, but I got it's a place for Tom Brady. It's a restaurant called the Slutty Vegan. It's a vegan place, but check that out when you come. Well, I guess Sister Paige, Stank, like you be mad sometimes, but I see you looking at comments. And Samuel, and we got something for Laffy Taffy. Hit it. Hey, Laffy Taffy.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey. 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 Everybody landing too. Hey. 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 All right. Well, y'all have a good holiday, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
And may the church say amen.
How you get it better? You can't do better than that.
This life has legs, huh? Fuck.
Pastor Smitty, man, he's coming in every week with some fucking fire, bro.
Always heat.
He's so good.
Amen.
I got nothing to add. He's
nothing
right.
to add.
Nothing here either.
Roll on.
I feel the Holy Ghost.
Hey, it's Sam from SoCal. Sam from Cali again.
Great name.
And you know what? I'm gonna start this off on a just high note. I'm right all the way from the beginning till the end. All right. I like dry rub and I like ranch. Please don't hang up because we got Team Rojo on our side. Okay. Now, okay. So I'm usually very fucking timid when I call and I'm all giggly and shit. But you know what? I'm tired of that. Our team's
right.
about to fucking go to the playoffs. Where, well, damn, my voice cracked. My balls just dropped at that moment. But anyways, our boys are about to make the damn playoffs, and I just want to be celebratory about it. I just want to just be fucking hyped about it. I want to see a game that's electric from the fucking defense to the offense to the special team. I want shit that's going to get us off our fucking seat. I want shit that's going to get off G. That's going to get Gene Deckerhoff off his fucking seat and goes, my Bucs, wait, the team, they're going to the playoffs. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just way too hyped. I'm too jittery right now.
Jill.
Damn. Okay. Anyways, so fuck, I don't even know where to go from here because I'm already thinking about it. I'm already getting fucking hyped. Fuck. Oh, okay. Here's my question. Damn, I sound like a madman. I'm sorry, by the way. Here's my question.
What?
To celebrate the fucking hype that we're about to get, making to the playoffs and shit. My question is, what is your guys' favorite memory of the Bucs? It can be very personal, or it can be just a simple play or whatever, just the hype behind it, anything. I'm curious on what's everybody's favorite play. Since I'll say two, you can choose two moments. I'll say from anywhere in between the playoff drought and then another moment from just all time. And I know there's the usual suspects of Derek Brooks' touchdown or Dwight Smith's touchdown against the Raiders in the Super Bowl. You got Ronnie Barber's INT against the Eagles. You got Joe Juravich's run against the Eagles. Just a bunch of that stuff. I would say besides the usual suspects, I'm curious on what's everybody's favorite memories from when they were a kid or whatever it is. And yeah, and damn, my heart is beating so fast because I'm just thinking about we're really about to make the playoffs. We need to take this in as Bucs fans. And I'm sorry if this is going on for longer than 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm sorry about this. But yeah, okay, so that's all.
This guy's apologized 3 times in one
playoffs. I'm not having sex with my girlfriend until the beginning of next season. No, wait, never mind. Fuck that. That's too hard. Okay, I'll think of something else. All right,
let's do that for you, bro.
And we better go to the damn playoffs. Let's get us all hyped.
That was a really scattered
roller coaster.
But I like it.
I like it.
By the way,
does he win? Does he win the Tampa Inferno hot sauce and a free T-shirt?
I think so. That was hot.
I got to give it.
That was hot.
I just have one piece of advice for him.
We'll do it.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Where I was going with that.
As far as my favorite 2 moments, the first time I entered Raymond James Stadium. Stank is older than dirt. He was there for a long time, and a lot of you guys have done the sombrero thing. I grew up in a single-parent home, couldn't go to games, wasn't meant for me. But the first time I was able to actually go to a game was the year we won the Super Bowl, and I will never forget it. As a matter of fact, ironically, it was versus this very, very Atlanta team that we're facing this week. You guys remember the famous quote, John Gruden in the locker room, everybody talked about, how you going to stop Michael Vick? How you going to stop him? Nobody talked about how you going to stop that fucking defense. That one.
Yeah.
All-Star scored a touchdown. We sacked Mike Vick all over the place. I was like a super fanboy. I had a fucking sign that I made. Yes, couple lattes, old school. My sign read, because it was Christmas weekend, all I want from St. Nick is 3 sacks by Sapp on Vic.
Wow, you were
nice.
Wait,
you were couple latteing back then.
You were couple latteing from the. Oh man, couple latte is an OG thing then.
My second favorite, and that game was incredible. I had a moment like we've all seen Rudy, right? When his dad walks out of the tunnel and he sees the field for the first time, smells the fresh grass. We're all football fans. You know what I'm talking about. And I had one of those moments where I was like, it's beautiful. You guys know what I'm talking about. The red end zones. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. The grass is it was amazing to me. I was
open up,
blown away, man. First time in the stadium. Second one, to all you fucking haters out there, believe it or not, it's how I felt in that moment. The day we drafted Jameis Winston, because I thought, holy shit, this is it. So for all you assholes out there that think I hate Jameis, I love Jameis. I wanted it to work so bad, but it didn't. Those are my two favorite memories.
Wow.
Besides the regular Rondé shit, obviously. Those are, those say without, obviously.
Gene?
I would say the Rondé Barber interception, because I hate Donovan McNabb, and just watching Donovan McNabb jog down the field after Rondé's headed to the end zone. And everybody's seen it. I think the backstory is just watching Donovan McNabb celebrate the year before, and he's laughing and joking and all this other stuff, when they're up on the Bucs. But watching him on the business end of it was it felt so good just watching him and the dejection on his face. I couldn't ask for anything better. Even previous to that, I would probably have to say Scott Brantley hitting Eric Hipple as he was going out of bounds.
Killing Eric Hipple.
He pretty much folded him up like that was I'm sure he would have been suspended in today's NFL. He would have been suspended, probably banned or whatever, but that was the most incredible hit I've ever seen.
Stink.
There's so many, man. I went to my first game. I can't remember what year it was, 82, 83 against the Dolphins.
I wasn't even born.
It was an awful game to experience, and that's why I hate the Dolphins so much, because I was surrounded by Dolphins fans. It set my expectations really early on as a Bucs fan. But that year, me and my father went to a bunch of games together. So that year sticks out to me. It was my first exposure to football, period. And even though that game, a negative memory sticks out of my mind, now that I'm older, it's all love, all positivity. Man, there's just so many. Off the field, I got to hang out with Doug Williams quite a bit when I was a kid, because my parents did business with him. So that really kind of just seared in my obsession and love for this team that hasn't stopped since. I mean, I was fucking clipping newspaper clippings and saving them and shit. Just anytime they mentioned the Bucs in the newspaper when I was a paper boy when I was a kid back in the day. It meant the world to me. So now that we have like an over exposure of Bucs information, it's crazy. But back in the day, it used to be rough. Even our own papers barely talked about them.
So he asked us to give him his moments that are not the usual suspects and maybe off the field type of stuff. I have a very vivid memory of when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I had to wake up at like 6 in the morning. School for some reason started at like 7:30. I'm not sure why, but it did. And I remember having to wake up, and I used to be crazy about this team. It was 96 was the first year they had the red and pewter, and I was just a crazy kid. I was like really the first full season I ever watched football, and I just fell in love with the team and Warren Sapp and watching him. I actually listened to that first game. I listened to him break Steve Young in half and then break Jerry Rice in half in the same fucking game, and I just got so hyped, and you couldn't watch the games because it was a home game, and so I got hooked to AM radio. So I used to set my alarm clock to turn on at the designated time every morning, and it would be Sandy Penner talking Bucs, and it would be the start of.
I haven't heard that name in forever.
It would start my day, and it would start this crazy obsession. I would set it for his show would start 30 minutes before I actually had to get up, so I could lay in bed and listen to him either rant or give praise to whatever the Bucs had done the Sunday prior on that Monday morning. And it I don't know what, it gives me goosebumps now. Like that kind of started my little journey, right? And I know he told us not to pick the usual suspects, but that Rondé Barber moment was a big deal for me because I watched football with my dad. And that'll be one of the we won this. We're going to the Super Bowl. My dad taught me football, right? And I got to see that with my dad, and I probably won't get to see something like that again, but I'll be able to do that with my kid hopefully this year. So that was a big moment.
Shit, motherfucker.
I cried after that interception. I jumped in my pool. I was more excited after that game than I was. The Super Bowl victory was just like,
it was a blowout, so you didn't get to.
Yeah, it was just like, of all the years of scrutiny, of being made fun of the sucks, of the yucks, of the being the only kid in this town that I knew my age that was actually a fan. It did a lot. And I think we have a whole new generation of fans who have just been getting it in the teeth constantly. If you rep the Bucs these days, you got, you're talking about old school shit, and Jameis was the hope, right? I think that he brought a lot of hope to a lot of people, which is why people are still stuck on Jameis, because it felt like we finally got our guy. And, unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way. And in this crazy year, we've got the GOAT in town, and he has an opportunity, or he's going to put us in position to give us an opportunity to be in the tournament again. I used to love when John Gruden said that, all we got to do, only goal is to get in the tournament. And I used to think, yeah, it is kind of a tournament, right? It doesn't matter what you did all season. Like, watch out for the fucking Redskins. People are like, oh shit, that division, whoever comes out of that division, they're playing with house money. You got to be concerned with a team like that, because nobody's going to give them any kind of fucking chance. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, man,
being a Bucs fan is a labor of love, man.
It's
something that I would say, when I hear people question other people's fandom, if you've been a Bucs fan over the past decade and you've hung in there and you haven't jumped ship, you're a super fan. You are diehard. So when I hear people say, oh, you're not a fan, or question somebody's fandom, I mean, get the fuck out of here. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Anybody that's a Bucs fan that has spent money on jerseys or gone to games, listen to podcasts, whatever you do where your time is invested in this team and this team hasn't really given back to you until recently, you are a super fan. You deserve to be able to say whatever you want to say.
It's more than that, though. Look, I mean, it's an emotional bond. Like, I've made incredible memories with my own father, and obviously, Sammer has the same, and getting to do those things with my father, and I know a lot of people who are listening to this have the same, or they have those experiences with their children. It's more than just that. Those moments you cherish forever, and we're on the cusp of hopefully making some great memories again, and it's exciting.
Listen, not just memories with family. Like I said, single parent home. I didn't get to make those memories. Nobody taught me football. My father-in-law was the one that introduced me to the Bucs and exposed me to it. And then I just became obsessed. Yeah. But it's not just the family stuff. I've made incredible friends. I consider you guys fucking family. I mean, I talk to you guys every fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, it's bigger than the game. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Another favorite moment of mine, and I was kind of reluctant to mention it, but I don't fucking care. The original training camp takeover.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure.
I cried in my car. Like, I left so much out on there. Like, I was so soaked and just left it. The emotion, like the energy of the crowd, like
it was an awesome experience.
I couldn't. I sat in the car for like 15 minutes, like, oh fuck, like that was electric.
Yeah, we didn't even know each other back then. No. I mean, I knew of you guys, but I didn't know you. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have any real relationship. Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of social media, and there's not a lot of great things about social media, but it's allowed us to connect with each other and bring us together. And then these podcasts have brought more, fans like us together. And now we found our tribe, man. We're a suffering tribe in a lot of ways, but we found our people. And because of that, it's been well worth it in every respect.
Yeah, dude, that was such an emotional day, that training camp takeover. I thought I was the only one who went to the car afterwards, sat there for like 10, 15 minutes, I just like all my emotion came out for like a good solid 5 minutes, dude. It was
like
crazy.
I wasn't crying because I was sad or because, oh my God.
You
like,
just couldn't help it. Like,
took over me. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like I just, what the fuck? It was one of those like, what the fuck am I doing? But I just couldn't.
I have my boy next to me. He's like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
What was the original caller's name? I can't remember. Just cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Sam from SoCal. Great name.
Sam,
Wise.
One day when COVID is gone and it's all over with, and shit's not on back order, send fucking Sam a shirt, bro. Because just the fact that he brought.
I thought you were gonna go further. Like, Sam, come. You can come stay at my house, bro.
Sam should have all of our meat. Just come over and we can watch a game. And you can try the trio. Yeah. But no, legit. Thank you for bringing that up, man, and making us go down memory lane there because.
He's definitely getting the hot sauce after that. You made Sammer get some. Somebody was cooking onions in the office real quick. That's when you're getting the hot sauce.
It's weird. I got some December allergies.
A little bit of dust in here.
It was weird.
Two more voicemails, guys, because I gotta go. Let me play this one. Let's go one more.
Hey, fellas. It's Zach from West Virginia. Just want to circle back to the jersey from last week. I think I left some confusion on the table, so I'm probably not going to masturbate in it, but I may wear its Target. Not sure if I'll go in. I may just sit in the parking lot, though, and see if anything pops up. Anywho,
anything pops up.
You know how I do it. Matt Ryan, Matt Damon, Matt, all right, McConaughey, don't matter, Bucs by 30.
Yeah.
I love it, Zach.
All right.
So good.
I'm gonna sit in the car and see anything. See if anything pops up. By the way, I haven't mailed that jersey out to you yet, but I will. I'm not done using it yet, honestly.
I was gonna say, I hope you're not trying to get it sterilized for him. Send it as is, please.
The opposite, actually.
Oh, okay.
By the way, having a man cave, that pulls hose, bro. And it pulls attention. Did you see Zach posted a picture of it? And he tagged Shaq and he said, hey, bro, can I get a game-worn jersey? And Shaq responded. He's like, are you signed up to the whatever? He's like, holy shit, good for you, Zach. I hope you get the jersey, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Not saying Shaq is a bitch, by the way.
You called people hoes on here, bro. We can't do that.
What are you talking about?
Like, Mike Silver talked about circumcisions. I can't say hoes. Lost another sponsor.
Circumcision. I don't even remember that. Sorry. Don't recall that part of the show. It's seared in your memory, though, for some reason, right?
His friend's going to get circumcised as an adult.
Yeah, as an adult.
Southern Cal wins the fucking...
My memory erases shit that seems like it could be traumatic at one point or another. It just does like a preemptive sweep of that. So next voicemail.
Adult circumcisions on that list, huh?
Yep.
And now, the
no box.
The one.
Wait, let me put on both headphones for this one.
The only.
No, taking one off.
No. I want it. Give it to me.
Brother.
Come on.
Loose cannons!
Holy shit.
What is up? What is up, my friends? Happy holidays to all, man. I believe you'll have the lovely Paige there today.
She's so... Hey, hello, lovely Paige.
Okay. CEO is always... it's always an honor to have her on the pod.
You too, Gene.
Equally as lovely.
Sunday, man. Falcon game, man. ATL. Fuck, man. I believe, man, we're gonna have a feast. A feast. Yes, sir. Matty, Ice, Julio, all them motherfuckers, man. Ra and Dirt. I mean, I got nothing but love for Ra, but he's on the other side, man. It's got to go. It's got to go down. It's got to go down. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Because we're going to fucking take it to them. We're going to take it to them. Yes, sir. We're going to fucking have rotisserie fucking dirty bird. And we're going to fucking eat. We're going to fucking go to work. And it's going to be fucking time to show the whole fucking league and leave no fucking doubt that we're coming and we're marching to glory and we're fucking gonna go and fucking take it all. We're gonna fucking stomp some ass all the way to the fucking playoffs. Who's fucking with me? Let's fucking go! We're fucking doing this because Tampa Bay ain't nothing to fuck with. We're fucking coming. Recognize, motherfuckers. It's time to get busy. Let's fucking go. 5 fucking cannons. Let's go, Bucs!
That was a victory call.
Listen, if our new look after that voicemail isn't any indication of how I feel that this game's going to turn out, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Sam is the only one fucking up here. I don't know what happened.
I don't have my shades on me. Sorry.
Victory shades, baby.
It's victory
shades.
The
last time we did this, it worked.
Victory shades. I'll Photoshop mine on.
I dare you. I fucking dare you.
Take us out, Sammer.
Thank you for watching the Loose Cannons. As always, also all of you who have not subscribed yet, you're weird and dumb, and you should totally be subscribed. Gene, thank you for hanging out, filling in for Sister Paige. Sister Paige, we will see you after the holidays. She did not skip out on us, y'all. She just couldn't be here this week and probably won't be here next week, but that's fine because it's time to spend time with family. It's the holidays. So I will wish all of you Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah to all of my
there you go.
Out there.
Yeah. We did you guys we did you guys a little respect. We had Mike Silver on earlier. And we also have Stank, who's obviously the in-house Jew. So we're all good. We've covered all the bases.
I'm not. I come from them. I don't.
Same thing. You sound like it. You got it down, dude. We're all good.
Don't
say, oh, Christian, like that's the line we've crossed. That's the line. That's the line.
Tuning in, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're hitting that little bell notification so you know when the episode pops up or when we go live. We appreciate every last one of you crazy motherfuckers. And let's end this podcast
the only way we know how, and that's ready the fucking cannons.
Go Bucs!
Go Bucs!